Hello and welcome. Go live a little bit early so I can just explain what's going on today. Tomorrow is my birthday. My name's Trismegistus, and we are going to be doing a variety of streams today. I have nothing to do basically today, so I kind of figured, well, let's do a bit of streaming, which I would have done anyway. Obviously, there's the Factorio, and the Factorio stream will be at the regular appointed time. It'll probably only be a couple of hours rather than the usual 3, but we'll be doing Crash Storio 2 later on. But yeah, as I say, I thought I might do a bit of extra streaming. I say nothing really extra to do. I'd probably be playing games all day anyway, so what the heck, might as well stream it. We're going to start off with Dorfromantik for about an hour and a half. And then I'll take a little bit of a break and get a cup of tea and all that sort of stuff. And we'll switch over to Teardown. Now, both of these games, Dorfromantik and Teardown, I've owned in early access and really enjoyed. And both moved over to version 1.0. So the final one, I'm guessing there's going to be updates and there might be DLC and all that. But the full release version of both Dorfromantik and Teardown have... I think it's this week. I think both were this week. They might have been last week. Teardown, I'm not sure, but they're very different games. So it's going to be a bit of a strange mix of games. I will have to remember to switch over the channel description and stuff like that. But yeah, so basically that's the schedule for this sort of mega streaming day. The sort of caveat to it is that there then won't be any streams on tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow I'm going out for a bit of a drink, probably at some point, and then Monday I'll probably be recovering on that. It's also a bank holiday in the UK, so you know. Right, so yes, let's get started then. So we shall switch over to screen capture, if that works. We have to click on here. There we go. There's a bit of audio. Hopefully that's not too loud on the stream. The games are going to be up and down all over the place because I've not set up specific. Oh, I guess that's a focus loss thing. I've not set up specific levels for each of the games. That's going to be a bit weird if he keeps doing that. Yeah. I wonder if that's it's because it's like on. It's one of those. It's like the focus loss thing. But yeah, so Dorfromantik. If you've not seen Dorfromantik before, it's a really pretty game. It's essentially a tile placing game. Now this is where I was in whatever game I was playing at the time. So I'll hit resume and I can just sort of talk through the mechanics. One of the things to note, so these things out here, it says there, build towards this spot to uncover a special tile. So basically what you do is you have a stack of tiles and your job is to place them down onto the board. Now the board will only let you can only place tiles adjacent to existing tiles. It does start you off with a starter tile. And what you're trying to do is you place them down. You see where it's lighting up. You see the houses are not lit up and then they're lit up. That's because the tiles are matching on the edge. So if you look at this tile, I can't remember how to zoom in because that rotates. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but you can rotate the tiles round so that they match up. So now the forest matches. You see it's got 2 forest edges and it's got 2 housing edges, well 3 housing edges and a grass edge. So if we match up the grass edge to there, then that would get a certain amount of points. If we match up the forest tiles, see it goes white, then we get a different amount of points. I think it's the same amount of points, but if you match multiple, so for example, where would be an example for this tile? Possibly that one, where you're matching the houses and the grass, you get more points. And if you manage to put them in so that it matches perfectly, so everything matches the same, you get even more score. So that's sort of the main mechanism for getting score. And what you're basically trying to do is get a maximum high score. However, you get all these different challenges where you've got to sort of place a certain amount of tiles, and these give you both like reward. They don't give you points, they give you different tiles to play with, tile sets, different biomes, that sort of thing. If you match, say, for example, you get a perfect tile, you get an extra. So this is your stack of tiles that you've got available. You get an extra tile for doing a perfect tile. But you also have a range of different ways of getting tiles. So, for example, it actually sets you challenges. So what this challenge here is, if we connect to this tile and then fulfill whatever challenge that has, we will get an extra type of tile. But we don't know what that is until we see it. And as you can see, it's quite a long way away. But these things here are your main mechanism for getting new tiles. So what this is saying is that this particular square, which is a windmill, and it has, in fact, it's Q and E to rotate. There we go. In fact, how did I... Oh, you're right in... Okay. So zoom is that, but you have to be off. Huh. I seem to remember there's a key that does it as well, and I was using that before. Ah, interesting. Yes, so this tile here is a windmill, and it's got some fields around it. And what this is saying is it wants to be connected to, add at least 7+ fields to fulfill this request. Now, it had a bigger request than that before, because I've already connected it up to a load of tiles. So if we were to put on and we've got a field coming up, an extra field, we could add that on and it would count down on that total. The key thing to this is it says plus on that, so it can be added to 7 or more tiles. So we don't have to exactly match the 7. But this one, where it doesn't have the plus, you have to exactly match that. So we could add 2 more rail tiles to fulfill this, but if we had a thing where if we had, say, another railway line here and we connected them up and it was longer than 2 tiles, then we would fail that request. But that would give us, when you fulfill these requests, and obviously we're going to connect this to the housing because it will get us very close to fulfilling that goal. When you do those, you see we got 20 points because we connected 2 tiles. Now there's some, I'm guessing that's because of so grass seems to be happy to be connected to anything pretty much, but others, they want to be connected to the similar type. So if we look at this one here, we've now got the opportunity there to add, and that goes down to 6+. It also, if you hold over it, shows you where you can add them. We also get things like this where it basically wants you to complete the particular thing. So you often get it with trees, where it wants you to enclose the trees, like completely, so it's a complete forest essentially. So that's a different tile, and you get tiles and points, I think, for those. But yeah, so this is my current save in the classic mode. What I actually wanted to do was play some of the other modes. So if we go to, in fact, I should be able to, I think it auto saves, but we'll see if it, oh, I think that's reloaded it. Yeah, and it is the same. Okay, so let's go with what some of the other modes. So there is a tutorial, so it does explain what it is, and there's another playthrough of this on the channel if you're watching on YouTube and you wanted to look at that. But we've got these different types of ways of playing, and I really wanted to try out. So creative mode, it basically takes off the constraint of the number of tiles. So say you fulfill the quests and you get more tiles. And then once you've run out, that's the end of the game. Creative mode takes, in fact, we'll just load it up. So you see it's now not got a number, and you can also get rid of these. I can't remember. Oh, I see. They've added that on. Okay. So if we didn't like that tile, we don't want that tile, for example, you hit delete tile, and it is alt. Oh, is that not? Huh. I assumed clicking on it would get rid of it, but maybe you have to place one first? Oh, discard tile. So if we start with that one, it's obviously got some winter biome on it. And now I don't like that tile, so I can just get rid of it. So we'll place a bit of forest. Okay. Now what does eyedropper do? Eyedropper. Oh, it literally copies the exact tile and gives you that again? Okay. So if you want a nice long run of forest, but it is exactly the same tile. Okay. Now what does generate matching tile? No. So if I click on that one. M? No. Oh, okay. So that would be a tile that matches that one because it's got the forest on the edge. And then it gives you a few options. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. They've tweaked this because it was a bit limited and you were sort of, you ended up scrolling through hundreds of tiles to find one that worked for you. So that's quite good that that's a bit more adaptive. So if we wanted, I guess if I use the eyedropper, this is like a toggle then. So if I actually wanted one that matched that one, I know it's exactly the same tile, isn't it? So this would be a delete tile. Ah, okay, yeah. That's interesting that all... Because one of the things with the game is you can only place them next to each other. So we could just arbitrarily extend. Let's turn that off. You know, like that. And then delete some. Ah, okay. And then you could maybe work on... This is my urban area. You know, this is my big lake over here. This is my town. And then you can put the tiles more distributed. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I have played this mode before, so I say I didn't really want to play that one as such. What I did want to check out was this quick mode in particular. There's also hard mode. We could maybe give that a go. So quick mode. The quick mode allows you for a short and snappy round of Dorfromantik. Try to beat your high score by collecting as many points as possible with a limited number of tiles to place, which sounds like the default game, but I'm presuming it is different. So let's give this a go. Tiles placed 0 to 75, and we have 25. So does that mean, is that presumably saying we can, at best case, we can only place 75 tiles? That's what I imagine it's saying. Okay. Undo. Oh, there's an undo button now. Okay. That's useful. It was quite common to misclick, so that is quite useful. Okay. Right, so we've then got a river tile. Okay, let's put that there. So this is counting up. So yeah, we've literally got 75 as our maximum, I think, haven't we? So maybe, what have we got coming up? We've got a town coming up, which would maybe fit well in there. We've then got more forest, so if we put that there... Yeah, so if we put the town in here... Which way do we want it pointing? I guess that way may be best. Or should I put it on there? Because we've got another town tile coming up. I think maybe I'll put it there. You see, we get 10 points because we're matching the same type of tile. And this is what we're trying to do, trying to beat the score. Now, if we put this here, we'll get score for matching all of the tiles. For fulfilling both of the requests. All three of the requests, in fact. And presumably for also doing that. So yeah, so we go up to 360. So we've got town here. So we want to connect that ideally to this. I can see another bit of town and another field. So if we put that sort of pointing that way. So this is more forest, so it should be happy to go here. We should get nice score for that. So this, oh, that then should be okay there. Okay, and I've got a bit more forest. Let's see if we can't put that there. Oh, and a big old lake tile. Okay, and we've got more lake coming up, but with a bit of, what should we call it on it? So we could put that one, the one coming up there, which will fulfill the water. If we put this on the end here, for example, we could also put it here, and then we'll have to be careful about connecting these to this, basically. Shall I put that? If we put that there, I'm going to say we can match that. So that should do us quite nicely there. Okay, we've got another bit of river. I see another field tile coming up, which could potentially go on there. Depends how many fields we've got coming up, though. So if we put that there. Railway, then, and that's a nasty railway tile. Because it's got a lot of connections on it. Okay. You see how you can't put them on certain things? This is one of the things, because it's got 4 rail connections, they have to connect to rail or nothing. So it won't let me put it there, because that would mean one of the rail tiles has to connect to nothing, connect to land, which you can't do. Put it here. That's not a very good place. Could maybe try putting it, because we've got another rail tile coming up. If we put it there. Oh, so that wants to be connected to exactly 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would need literally exactly 1. Wow, okay. That's a bit tricky. If I put it here, because we've got 3 pieces already, so it would need to be connected to 2 fields. Let's try and see if we can do that. But a little bit tricky. This should get us a nice little bit of score. 20. Okay. So, connect to a forest. It's interesting that that has a 4 on it, and we got 4 bits there. So maybe this would have been better connected to something like that. So it needs 4 more. Okay. And then this is just a random river tile. Now, can we use this upcoming... Because we've got a 2 there, you see. Which should work for us, I think. But if this was part of it, it wouldn't necessarily fulfill that. So that tile needs to go somewhere else. Oh, and it is connected to 6 anyway. Okay. Exactly 6. Because this tour, because it's literally got 1 edge with a house on it. So it should let us connect these. No problem. Gives us 2 fields. 1. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which fulfills that. And that. So we can't use this tile, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's really annoying. Because if we... No, it just wouldn't work. We'd end up not fulfilling one of those requests, and I prefer to keep it going for the time being. Okay, because we should be... Yeah, we go. And we get an extra... If we connect the house up, we should get an extra little bit of score as well. Now, okay, so this one hasn't got a requirement on it, but that one wants to be completed. So we could put this here, and then we just have to fill that space at some point, which we'll have a nice one to do that probably there, unless that's got a request. Because we can do that, and that fulfills that. Yeah, which should have given us some more tiles. I wonder what it does when this gets to a point where there's more tiles than can be placed. Maybe it just caps it artificially. Right. Let's see if we can get close to doing this one. I'll put it there. And then hopefully we can connect this at some point. Maybe. Right. Let's put that one there. Still not seeing any sign of some more trees we can use. 18 plus, okay. Ooh, okay, so 1 there. So we'll probably use that one. Yeah, there we go. We could maybe put it on there. Because then we get the perfect. Because that's matched all the tiles. Okay. So you still want to be connected to 6. So if we do that, Or maybe... Yeah, if we do that, we'll still have some options. Need to remember to keep drinking today if I'm gonna. Oh, I've got the water wheel tile. I like this. One of my favourite ones. That one. It's really cute. Really cute little model. I think looks really good. Right. Can I? So what's with 3 or more water tiles? This one coming up. We've got water on those 2 edges. I think I'll be able to put it there. So if we put this here, because we may be able to connect that field side of it. Yeah, so it will let me put this here. So we're only 2 off. Oh, it counts as a perfect. Okay. Oh, I guess for these water tiles. Okay. Right, this will get us the 4 trees. So let's put that there. Oh, perfect as well. Okay. Oh, now this wants to be closed in as well. And given we've only got 50 tiles left, we should maybe try and get that. Ah. Oh. Okay. When we got that one, that'd be better. But will we get the chance to connect it? That's the problem. Okay, I'm going to take the risk that we'll be able to connect these up and get 4 exactly at some point. Let's put that there, I think. Right, so let's say this should hopefully, because we can get one field to bridge then we'll be sorted for that. Can't see any water tiles coming up, so. Because if we leave that open, because the only thing that we could put there is one of those water train station things. So then one of them may appear. Yeah, let's just put this over here to extend that. In case we get one of those watery train stations. I can't use that one because it would break that request. But we can easily add this on here. A little bit of this should help with closing this forest off. Let's put it there because that gives us a perfect. I hate when it does. Well, I don't hate it. It's an interesting challenge because it's given us another big goal there, which is more than we've got. So we could put this down and still try and close this off, but we're going to have to do it by adding 18 more trees on. Let's give that a go. And we can have one there. Ah, we've got a water tile, so we can hit that. I think, yeah, it's capping it, isn't it, to what I've... No. Because that would be 90 tiles. So there's way more tiles than we've actually got allowance for. Interesting. Okay, so we've got more water. That's not great for doing our other requests. Or whatever you want to call them, missions. Let's put this, because we've got another water as well. Put that there. And then... I love creating these little islands. This is one of my favourite little things as well. You create these little islands, you can put a little house on it. That's why I quite like the creative mode, especially if they've done some tweaks to make it sort of a bit more workable. 47 houses, okay. So if we put that there, I think. Right, so this... Oh. That's annoying. Okay. Let's pop that there. Can't use this one either. That's annoying. Let's create a perfect field now. Right, so 4 more houses. Okay, we better add this on here then. There's different sort of dynamic to this because you have to keep an eye on how many you've got left to that you're allowed to place as well. Oh, that's an annoying tile. Would have been brilliant if we could have put that there. Oh, we've literally got 2 options. We can't do that or that. Or I guess I could connect it over here somewhere. But in fact, let's do that. And then that maybe. Oh, that's a. I thought that was water. That's a field. That's annoying. I thought it was water because it was blue, but it's a field. Okay. Let's finish that off there. And more water, crikey. Like that maybe. Right, so let's see if we can close that off sometime soon. Because I only got about 20 more tiles left. Maybe I can connect those fields. I doubt it, but now, oh, it doesn't work because it's got. Okay, you be like that, are you? Let's put that way around. Ooh, a grass tile. Okay. Maybe slip that in there. 16. Ah! Oh. It wouldn't work there anyway. Have we got... We've got quite a stack going on here, so... Put that on there. Ooh, will that one work? No. Can use it to build that up. Because we've got 20 tiles left. Oh, there we go. There's the train raily one. Not that it helps with the count, but that's that one there. 8. But exactly 8. That we might have to ignore. Yeah, I think we can ignore that one in the favour of doing that one. I think. Can I use this for the houses instead? It's a bit rubbish. Ignoring the field request, but gets us that one anyway. Now, if I connect that there, we can close that forest off quite easily. Although we've got another forest tile, but we'll put that somewhere else. Over here, maybe? So at some point, we could probably close that off pretty easily. So we need... Oh, perfect, lovely. 4 more water tiles, okay. I think I've created basically an impossible tile. I'm not sure we would get one that looks like that. In practice. Ah! No, because it's 2 tiles. Okay. We could add it on there. And then we're just 1 off. Ah, grass tile. Okay. They're great for plopping in. In fact, we could probably do that. And get that request. So we've got 9 tiles left. Ah, this tile should fulfill that request. That one there. Okay. There's no housing request, so if we put this in here, we get a bit more score. That one's 53, so we're close with that. Only 20. And so that should do that request. Oh, and that's... Oh, there must have been another one to close it off, which I didn't see. That gets us that request. So we've got one more bit of... I don't suppose I could be cheeky and put that in there. And we can add it up there. 15 houses exactly. Well, that's just not going to happen, is it? Because we've only got 4 tiles. And there's nowhere I've got more than a couple of houses. So, this isn't 20 trees, is it? No, it's only 10 trees. Okay. Bit of river. Looks like we won't do this request either, because we've got 2 tiles left and 2 river tiles to go. But we might be able to just finish off with that one. Session completed. 3,600. So that was alright. That's an interesting way of doing it. Toggle UI. Oh, you can continue it then. Okay. Not that I want to. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. Cool. Try again. Cool. Well, that was interesting. Games. Let's have a look at this hard mode then. Play a more difficult version of Dorfromantik in the hard mode. Fewer quests, a steeper difficulty curve, and more complex tiles. Right. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure that hard is exactly what I kind of want out of this game. More interested in sort of fun, really. So, where can I put that? If I put that there. That's a pretty horrible tile. I'm guessing that's what it means by more difficult tiles. Just put it there, I guess. If we match that one. Often with the railways, I just have them go out in a long stretch. Let's have a look. See. So. See, it's a very, very pretty game. I mean, it's very simple in a sense of, because the art style is quite sort of, it's quite a sort of painterly art style. You see, it's got the lilies in it, and it's a very, very well designed, I think. And it's always very clear what's going on with each tile, what's at the edge. It's never vague about, what's on there and what you've got to match, sort of thing. I do find the scoring system a little esoteric. Sometimes I pop tiles in, particularly the perfects. And I think it's because the grass can just be connected to anything, I think. But it can be a bit confusing. Because like that makes sense because you've just connected tree to tree, so 10 points. But if we sort of connect up, say, so that we're connecting a grass to a tree, what do we score here? We only get 10. But say if you put the grasses on some tiles, they're happy, and other tiles they're not, as it were. It's a bit sort of random in a way. I mean, it's not random. It's, a scoring system. I just never quite got my head around it. Let's put that there. So, if we put that like that. And these train tiles it's given me are brutal. Maybe like that. Oh, and that's an end piece. Crikey. The fields, I think, are the only ones that look bad when they're placed in the wrong place, as it were. So I don't think that looks very nice. So they're the only ones I would say, you know, that I don't like when you connect them up without matching. Because the houses, I think, on their own look, you know, looks perfectly good. And the forests look good, you know. Obviously, train track it won't. Oh! Hello, Ochiniwa. How are you doing? Hope you're well. So I kind of need to connect this to one of the rail pieces. I guess that's probably the best one. You're good? Good to hear? See, that game was tempted. It's I really like it. They've added quite a bit to it as well. So the mode I'm playing in at the moment is hard mode, where it's a bit more brutal with the tiles it gives you. It seems, particularly these rail pieces. These are a pretty horrible set of rail tiles it's given me just from the very beginning of the game. But I say they've added some more game modes. So initially it was just the main scoring game mode, which is fun. I'm not saying it's a bad mode in any way. I really enjoyed it. But this is the hard mode, which I'm just trying out. I'm not sure I'm really interested in a hard mode in this game. It's more sort of a fun, silly game. But there's like a limited tile set game version where it lets you only play 75 tiles and you try and maximise your score. That's what I've just done, which is quite fun. And creative mode lets you just build whatever you want, basically. So, if we put that there... I say my opinion is I really enjoy it. It's a great game. It's not sort of full, you know. It's not. I don't think anyway. Maybe they bumped it up. Now that it's full release, but it's not a expensive game. I think for what it is, you have to be into. I mean, it does give you like scores and stuff to chase. Once we've done this, or once I've failed at this, which probably won't take long, we'll hop back over to the main mode where I'm sort of in progress. So it does give you a direction in the creative mode. Arrange your settlers. Yeah, it is a similar sort of idea, but there's no mechanical element to these. So there's not a sort of case of you don't have to have a certain number of fields to feed your people, and I mean it does put it gives you these little quests, and that's how you get both score, and if you fulfill these they give you extra tiles so you can just keep your game going and that sort of thing. But well, that looks. And the main thing for me, why I really like it, is it's like a city builder without any pressure. I mean, it's not really a city, but it's like a, you know, there's no. As I say, it's not like City Skylines where you've got to put, you know, rubbish heaps in and all that sort of stuff because your citizens need it. You can just do whatever you want, really. Carcassonne, yeah, I mean, again, yeah, it's very, very, very similar in terms of tile placing. But as I say, without sort of some of the restrictions, and obviously that's a real-time multiplayer, but it does restrict things. So you can't. So for example, I can't put this tile here because then you would have these unfulfilled railway pieces. But that's literally like the only. I could literally put this on anyone I wanted to. It's just that if I put it in certain places, it helps me fulfill the request or get towards filling the request. and gets me more score. But you have to sort of balance up fulfilling these, getting score, you know, earning tiles and that sort of thing. So it's sort of a very sort of chill, you know, version. I mean, there is a pressure to get a good score, and it does have a scoreboard, like a leaderboard system. This is one of the things I particularly love about the game is when you place these correctly, like the correct way round. Sometimes if you point them in the wrong direction, they'll just sit there. But the little boats drive around the waterways, and there's some trains as well. It's a bit, to me, it's a bit like playing with a toy box, you know, like a child's, you know, toy box, and it's that, or like a Lego set, something like that. But yeah, it's sort of taken, you know, cues from a lot of those types of games. Right, so we need 2 more houses, so we can plop them on. So that's that done. You see what that does? That gets me a nice score, gets me a bunch of extra tiles, and then that, you know, keeps the game going, basically. In creative mode, it takes that limit off, and you don't have the quests and stuff. The trouble is, so I thought I'd really, 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 really like the creative mode, because it just takes all the restrictions off. But the problem is the way they've designed, and it's not a problem really. They've added some more tools in to help you do it. But when the challenging aspect of this of putting the right tiles and matching the scores, it sort of means that the tiles are designed to fulfill that purpose. If you see what I mean. So this tile here with one bit of field on it, we might have been able to. We haven't got any challenges to do, but we might have been able to like cap off a field set or get the one extra tile on, and so it means you place them sensibly in terms of the score and the, you know, what it wants you to do. But placing that tile in a creative mode game, you probably never would, because you wouldn't want a tile that looked like that necessarily. You might do at some point, but that's not a sort of a, for creative mode, I don't think that sort of tile is what you'd like instantly go for, if you see what I mean, because it's the difference between, so it's obviously procedurally generated, but you know, it's that thing of a procedurally generated tile isn't necessarily going to be the prettiest, but it might help you in fulfilling one of the quests. And so that's the sort of compromise that gone through. But what they've done in creative mode, they've added some tools to help you pick tiles that you want. So if I wanted to build a big town in creative mode, this is the Halloween biome, because it's got big old pumpkins there. But you can like copy and paste the tiles now. So if you wanted to build a town, you could just, you know, copy and paste a load of those down, which you didn't have before. Right, so where can we put this? And that'll get us a reasonable sort of score, but I say the hard mode sort of lacks. It has fewer quests basically, so it's more sort of difficult to get the score. Let's put that there. Let's take that off there so that we can extend. Oh, got perfect on that. Lovely. So, 47 more trees here. So I think if we put that like that, I can have that on there. And then that there. So we're just 2 down. So we can use that one to fulfill that quest. Cool, cool. Now, yeah, it's been absolutely brutal with these train tiles, because these are just horrible. Maybe if I stick it in there. Yeah. put that... Yeah, go on, let's put that there. So I can do that one. Trouble is this next one. I mean, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 sided. So should be able to put that in there. Yeah, there we go. Bing. Looks fun and relaxing. Yeah, there was a period where I was playing it so every evening, basically before bed, essentially, just to chill out, because it really is. The only pressure is the pressure you put on yourself to beat your score or the high score. And when I started playing it, you know, so I got it at launch. And the sort of scoreboard, in fact, we might be able to look at the scoreboard once I've sort of failed at this game. But people are getting like 100,000 scores, and I'm just like, because initially I think I was like, so I literally got it at launch, so there was only like 100 people playing or something, and I was like, you know, 50th in the world when it launched. But I say people have got scores of like 100, and I think people, well, actually, I think people are like up to 250,000, 500,000 and stuff. God dear, it really has been brutal with these rail tiles. God dear. Right, so we can put that there. So I particularly love the style of it. It's very, very, you know, pretty, but also quite simple in its aesthetic. Right. Oh, there we go. That's excellent. The perfects give you an extra tile as well as a score bump. Right, so this should do this request. I was saying earlier, the thing I really love is making little islands, because you can have like houses on islands and like fields on islands and stuff, and they look really, really good. Okay, so put that there. That gets us closer, because we can put that one as well. Now, because we've got this here, but if we put that there, we're going to have a water problem. Put it there, I guess. Because this doesn't have a quest at the moment. Yeah, I think if I put it on there to help with that one, and then we can put that one on. It's not quite matched, but 26 tiles, okay. There. More horrible rail tiles. Didn't I have another... No, I haven't started another rail line yet. Okay. The reason rail tiles are particularly tricky, you have a same sort of effect with water tiles, but it's a bit more forgiving because it'll put a bank basically. So if that was, you know, well, like this, you know, if I'd aligned it against 2 grass tiles, it would have just created it as a little pond. But the rail tiles are a bit more brutal because you have to match them to rail unless you've got an end piece, and even then you are matching rail. And you can't put anything else in the way. So if you lock yourself in, so for example, if I put a piece here and it curved over to that piece, then it would either need to be an end, which are pretty rare. There is a station tile that you can put basically anywhere. But it would then have to go off into these 2 directions. So if we say we came around that corner, then we'd have to have a rail piece that connected to exactly there or exactly there. And that's it. That's the only options. Which, say, makes them a little trickier to place, basically. So we want to try and fulfill this. And it's like if I put this here, then I lock off options, because at the moment we could have technically have a rail piece go that way, or that way. If I put that there, it's got to then go to those two. So you're limiting your options, essentially. Okay, let's put it there. And if I put this one here... Because... Oh no, I have got this... I forgot that was still running. Let's see if we can't do that. So, still not fulfilled that request. It's a big forest, that one. Ah, now this is exactly 30 houses. That's pretty nasty. Because that's a big town to build where I haven't really got a starting point. I guess we could do something here and try and disconnect the two. Maybe. Yeah, let's try that then, because that at least gets us a few houses. If we do that. Hopefully I can connect those. Oh, I might be able to do it with that one. But... Maybe put that there. Gets me a little extra score. How am I doing with that? So that will finish that request. I bet it pops a flag up. No? Okay. Right, so we still have this outstanding. Now, if I put that there, am I going to be able to connect those houses? Not anytime soon, but let's give it a go. Ooh! I don't think I've seen that tile before. That's a new one. 16 bits of water. What the heck is it meant to be? Is it like a beaver dam or something like that? Can't really see from there. Yeah, I think it's meant to be like a beaver dam. Cool. Unfortunately, it's not the best tile to place over there. But if we place it over here, we're going to be ages before we can fulfill it. Maybe... Because if I put it there, I do tick that box. And maybe we can connect these at some point. Maybe. Now. Okay, that works. And then what we got? Oh, this has popped up a flag. So these flags mean it wants you to fill it. So it wants you to ensure that there are no open tiles. So at the moment, if I hover over that, you can see that that's open, and all of these three are open. So if you can block off the tiles basically. So if we put grass on all of those, or houses or whatever, then that will fulfill that request. But you have to balance that because we're bound to get a request for a big forest at some point. So you can just leave it open for a while to see if you can fulfill both that quest and the big forest quest. Because we do have this house quest here. But that's not a very useful tile for doing that. Where do I put this then? We could pop it on here. Maybe. So, 17 water tiles. Oh, you have to be careful with the pluses as well. That means or more, and that has to be exact. So it can be a little tricky to balance those. Maybe if we put that. There, maybe? Not a fan. So it needs 16 more. Okay. I usually end up with like a cascade failure where I'm waiting on exact sets of tiles to fulfill my requests and like none of them appear. Or I create little places where, you know, I can't possibly fulfill. I'm literally, you know, looking for a tile that has exactly an exact set of requirements to it, and it just never appears. So hopefully we can connect them at some point. Now, this still needs blocking off in theory. Maybe we should work on a sort of second forest instead. Or I could use this here. Because ideally we don't really want to connect these two towns until we sort of maybe have to. Do that, then hopefully we can connect that at some point. Put that there. And that makes that one slightly bigger. This still needs 7 things. Let's have a look. Put it there, that gets us both of them. And a perfect, nice. I think when you're a better player, you sort of look for the perfects, but I just end up sort of fluking them all the time. Here you go. So here's a giant forest request that we've got to balance with I want to close the forest. So we put that one on. Oh, and that one, okay. Right. Blimey. I'm stacking up a bit of a situation where I need to decide which of those I'm actually going to do. Now, you've given me a nasty tile there, game. Because what I wanted was one across there. Okay. Oh! And they've got one coming. So that's these act as both rail stations and water stations. You need to actually connect the two up so you can have both boats and trains going into these. Looks really cool when you do that. Okay. I think we're just going to have to focus on the totals. So maybe we could try and get that into there. That's a bit fanciful, but I'll be able to do that. But... Okay, so if we do that, this could get us a little bit closer on this goal. Oh, crikey. Yeah, so if you put the rail tiles on, it connects it as if it's a railway. If you put the water tiles on, it connects as if it's a water thing. And obviously if you do both, it does both. So we kind of want to connect this so that the water connects, but also we can maybe connect the rail up at some point. Which I'm not sure I can do, can I? I can have it so that rail could connect at some point, but it's a pretty nasty tile, that one. Because it's got the 3 rail edges. Let's just put that there. Maybe we'll connect the water at some point. Oh, that's useful though. We can connect the train, but then it's got trees on it. It's got trees on it. Oh, you nasty game. Shame I haven't got any trains. They do look cute when they're pooping up and down. Yeah, let's focus on the forest side of that, because we're not far off doing this one. So put that there. 515. This is what I mean. It keeps if you keep putting them on the same forest, it'll keep just extending the size of what it needs to be. I think we need to use that as a cue to build another forest. 50 plus tiles. Okay. How many have I actually got here? So we do that. It fulfills that goal, and then we can try and join some of these up. Let's have a look. See, how many do I need left here? Is that connecting all? Yeah, that's connecting all of those. Okay. I also forget about the goals because you end up, it'll give you a big string of tiles. You know, like forest tiles in a row. And I'll forget that I'm supposed to be doing a house tile, and then a perfect house tile will appear. And I'll just randomly slap it down somewhere where it's not fulfilling the goal. I mean, we're probably better off using this over here. It's part of our new forest. Now, this gets us, how many houses on that? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. So we're 3 off. Now, we do have a single house tile coming up. But both have got fields on. And this is a bigger goal. So I think I'm going to sort of add this in here to help with that goal. Now, that's 6 off, isn't it? Let's put that there. 21 tiles. So we still want, I mean, 60 odd, don't we? In fact, is this useful over here? That's probably a better use of that tile. Okay, let's put you there. We've got another nice field one coming up. This one can be like that. And then this one should sort of help us a bit here. Do it like that. So I've got only 2 houses I need here. Let's risk it because there's another house one there. It's got a river on it though, which is a bit rubbish. This one won't let me connect those two, which is unfortunate. That's not a very friendly tile at all. Maybe over here? And then... or do I connect this to... also do it here, couldn't I? Like I said before. Yeah, let's do that, because that gets us 5 more tiles. Okay, I did have this random bit of rail here. Got that there. Now, how close are we there? So it's about 20 more trees, isn't it? Put that there. So I need to be thinking about closing this off as well. That's quite a good one for that. Still got 14 more. Blimey heck. So we don't have any housing ones on the go. We've just got trees, river, and fields. Okay. So it looks like when it says hard mode, it basically means absolutely brutal rail tiles. Because look at that one it's given me. I think we're just going to have to put it there. I mean, I could just stick it on a side and, you know. In fact, no. Go on, let's put it there and we'll see what happens. We're only down to 10 tiles anyway. So, if we put this on here, or somewhere, maybe there to sort of help with the score, and we're very close to doing that other goal. About 50% of the size is nasty, bro. It is. I mean, it's called hard. This is hard mode. They're not. It's not as bad as this normally, because it procedurally generates them. So it's looking at to see what tiles would work for you ahead of game, ahead of where you're putting them. But the rail tiles, it's just given are really nasty because, I've had a lot where they're multiple. That's got 4 rail connections on it in very, quite tricky places. And that had 3 on it, This was 3, this is 3, this is 3, And so they're the trickiest ones to work with, I find. Because it means basically it limits what tiles you can place. So, if we get this on here, then that forest is finished. Sorry, that request is finished. And then maybe we can close it off. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges we've got to close off. That's quite a lot of edges. Where are the edges for that one? So there's 3. Okay. One of which I couldn't do that on anyway. I think we'll ignore that as a... In fact, maybe if we put this here. So get a perfect. So. If I do that there, because we've got another pondy one coming up, and we should then hit both of those targets with this one, I think. I think it will let me put that there. Because that'll get us that tile, added in. I don't know why I'm tilting my head. Well, that's quite useful there, because that then lets me block that off instead of having sort of, great big lines going out. Okay, let's put it there. And I say this should fulfill both of these requests. Awesome. Now, do I want to leave it open? What am I more likely to have? I'm more likely to have a single-sided... Then the grass wouldn't matter. So let's do that. Because it's a nice prime opportunity for a perfect in there. Now, can I use these tree tiles? Let's see about continuing this second forest. 70 fields. Okay. 70 fields. Right, let's use this to block the forest off. You tilt your head because your brain works better with blood more on the thinking side. It might be true, actually. Okay, so it's in more fields. Put that there. Now we haven't got any open town requests, but I bet there'll be one popping up soon. We haven't even got a closure. Let's extend this a bit. Now. Oh, look at that. That might work quite well up here. So we've got this dangling bit of railway here, which is not great, but... So I'm surprised it hasn't given me any tiles with actual trains on. Yeah, let's put that there. Now that's technically got a field on it, but I think we're probably better off using it to close things off over here. So we got that tile there. Which ones is it? That one there. I'm just trying to get a good score out of this tile, but I don't think I can really. And close off the thing, because you're going to end up with... I guess that's probably the best compromise, and then if that's a half dangling field... I said before, the way it cuts off half fields, I think is the only one that looks bad. I don't think that looks great. I mean, it's not horrible, but, you know, they're better... You know, random bits of trees on the edge is fine, and random bits of houses is fine. So the fields always look like they're chopped in half. Okay, so we've put that there. But I think there's just the one side. 78. Good lord. Okay. Let's pop you... What, sort of here maybe? Because we've got a few field ones coming out, so... Could maybe try and... If I put that... Let's put it there. Because that one then should let us connect across. Do I want to give room... Yeah, I think I want to give room to it to grow in that direction. I don't think it would give me a perfect if I put it there. Because of the dangling field. But we could use it just to block this off and get the double scores. Gets me 10 more tiles. Go on lunch, waiting. I'm now even more tempted to buy that game. Well, have a good lunch. I'll actually be here all day, basically. I'm doing a sort of a longer birthday base stream. But enjoy your lunch in Ochiniwa. Hope you have a good day, whatever you end up doing. Right. 352. So, this has got to be added up the top here. I don't think we're anywhere close to fulfilling either of those. I might just... Is it worth knocking this on the head? It'd be good to look at the leaderboards, because I haven't seen them for yonks. Let's just keep going with this. I'm surprised how well I'm doing, actually. So it's quite a while since I actually played. Let's put that there. I mean, not that I'm doing well. Oh, that was a perfect. I guess because of the... Yeah, okay. I mean, say that's not an amazing score, but say considering it's hard mode. Because I am aware we've got this extra sort of river shenanigans here. Neither of which have got quests on, but we might end up with a quest for a shorter bit of river. So maybe we should build this up a little bit. Like that. So I love it, you know, the way it adapts the tiles. You know, because that looks fine. Well, it looks great like that. Or like that. Or like that. Let's do that. Ah! Now, didn't we have... Here we go. Oh, it's got the houses on it, though. Don't think... Yeah, see, it won't give you a perfect. Oh, well. Right, let's extend this. Maybe. We've not got any close-off quests, have we? Okay. Again, let's maybe think about extending that river in case we get some additional quests. What are you giving me here? Because that's not going to be a very good tile for anything at all either. I'm leaning my head again. Don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe pop that in there. And then... sort of creating a bit of an odd situation here where I can't really do anything with that one because it needs a rivery water tile. And then I've only got the 3 ways of extending. Maybe if I do that with the intention of adding more on. Because we could do that. 4 houses, okay. Ah, this is a good wheat fieldy tile. Gives us lots of options. Let's put it. Yeah, put it there. Now, a little bit more forest, but lots of grass. Okay. Put that there. That one there. You see, I'm penning myself in with the river, which is not good. River, with the railway. You see, I say that looks great to me. The little house in the woods. It won't get us a brilliant score, but so that looks cool. It's the chopped off fields that always look a bit naff. Okay, if we put that way, we can also extend fields this way. This should get us a good score, but we really need to extend this if we're going to get close to hitting these targets. Now, what will you do? I can't really connect that. We could try and bring it round the corner there. Again, more houses, but no house goal. Perfect. Whoops. Okay, let's connect those. How many are we off? Loads off, aren't we? Right. A single house. Okay. There maybe? Oh, 13 bits a track. Okay. That's an ideal opportunity to start working on this, I think. Now, got a few more options here. Let's put that there, maybe? 14 pieces of track, which is, again, too long for that. So I have to keep extending that line. And I bet I keep very tempted to block that off, but that would be a very bad idea. So if we work this round the corner, then we can connect all of that, because these are both plus. They're always pluses, I think, with trees. I don't think I've ever seen one that's an exact number. That would be useful there, but it does block off that option. But then that's a pretty rare tile, I think. Okay, yeah, let's just block that one off. Now, more houses. Blimey. You better give me a challenge that's a really big number of houses. Tiny number of trees. Okay, put you there then. Now, can I use this as a rail one? Because you can fully block that in. You don't have to have any water connecting that. Oh, I thought that was that was on a different side. Oh well, okay. I thought I was going to be able to connect those two bits of thing, but clearly not. Just put it there instead. We've then got another single. So I could maybe put this here. And hopefully I can connect these in some way. Because you're getting a lot of those single field pieces. Maybe we could use this in the forest. Connect those, maybe? No, that's not connected, is it? Okay. 108 houses, there we go. Now, what have we got on both of these? 72 off, 51 off. Okay. So a big house total. Let's pop it there. Oh! Oh, I wasn't looking at the numbers. Well, there we go. 5,150. Leaderboard number 132. Look at that. Absolutely bossing the leaderboard. Not even in the top 100. But I don't think that's too bad. For my first go at... So I get certain, like, focus blindnesses, as in I'm not thinking about the number of tiles. You know, and I end up forgetting that I've got a particular quest. And like putting, you know, houses, a big house tile over there, and then realising, oh, I should have added it onto that one. It looks like you can always continue in creative mode there. That's interesting. Right, game stats. Current score, playtime 51 minutes. Tiles placed 148. Perfect placements 12. That's not bad. Quest fulfilled 17. Flag quest fulfilled 2. Okay. Now, I say there is, I think, it's not under that, is it? No. Isn't there a way of seeing your position on the leaderboard? So this is the other aspect to it. So we're probably going to take the break in a couple of minutes. I'll pop over, you know, and I'll do a couple of tiles on my ongoing game, but these are another set of requests where you see like an extra tile. We've got one on the the standard mode. I'm a fair way off, but it basically gives you these little challenges to do this, and then you level them up basically. So at level 1 you get the orange one, then you get the blue one, and then we'll get another one, and you get the same. So it's different skins basically. So like Landscaper 1 I've done all levels on, and this is just a total number of tiles challenge. this gets you more variety in terms of... Oh, that one. Oh, that was... I know that one. Why I've not seen that one before. Because this was bugged. And I'd already done that challenge and it wouldn't pop up. Oh, it's interesting. But yeah, this is one of my favourites. The water wheel. And that's the tower. Why has that got a... Huh. So yeah, there's some I haven't done, you know, because there are some tiles I've never reached. And I say these are just leveled up by different challenges, and you can focus on them instead. Okay, let's have a look at my ongoing classic game. So I'll plop a couple of tiles in this, but so for example, the one when it says challenge, so this one here, I normally when I see these, I try and prioritise heading towards them so that I can unlock the tile, even if it then messes up the game. So I'm pretty sure... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, that must be a way of prioritising them, maybe? I'm not sure what the dots mean. So I thought there was a way of seeing where you are in the leaderboard. Yeah, maybe it's on Steam somewhere you can see it. I'm sure I've seen my name listed in the leaderboard. Or maybe it's on their website or something. Is it leader? Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's just the general thing. Oh, cool, crikey. Game stats? No. I don't know what I clicked on before to bring that up. No. So maybe it's on Steam somewhere that it shows you where you're in the leaderboard. But yeah, so what I would tend to do when I see one of these is try and head for it. Obviously still trying to fulfill the request. So we've got 212 tiles here. I think that's a closed off forest, isn't it? So that's no good for that. But what about over here? I'm glad that there's the new modes in it, actually, because the reason I sort of stopped playing is, although I'd say it's fun and relaxing and stuff, it can get a little repetitive, so it can be a little... It is exactly the same thing. As I say, it's only really these types of tiles that make it a little different. Okay, so we're nearly done now. I can pop that one on. A water tile. And this needs 2 water tiles. Okay, another. Let's put this. Oops. I can use the undo now. There we go. Didn't used to have the undo. Perfect. 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 On there. This should then let me do this one. Like so. There we go. Oh, and that one's closing off, does it? Crikey. Okay. Yeah, so this is my sort of ongoing game. So I usually try and beeline for these, but that is quite a way off. Yeah, you can literally just sort of slack tiles down, but what you find, in order to get this tile, you actually have to fulfill a request, so it'll have some kind of, if it's a wheat-based one, it'll have a request related to fields, or river or whatever. So if you beeline over there, because it'll show it to you before. In fact, let's just stick them down. I mean, this game doesn't matter. So if I just pop some of these down, it should show us when we get close-ish. Wait, let's just put that one in there. Yeah, there you go. So it shows you roughly what the tile is. And that looks like a house tile. So you can then sort of say, right, well, let's try and get there with some houses, because it's bound to have a quest of connect to me to 200 houses or whatever. So rather than just stick this one in, anode to focus more on house type tiles. And you do have to... Oh, there you go. There's a train. There you go. It's super cute, the train's chugging away. And it'll just turn around at the end and stuff, so it doesn't crash. Or fall off the map or anything. There you go. Just turns around. Yeah, it looks really good. You can obviously put as many trains on these as you can, on river tiles as well. But yeah, so that's Dorfromantik. I will be taking a little break now. I'm going to go get a cup of tea. I'll just put you on a holding screen. And we will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with Teardown. So yeah, so I'll pop the schedule up. There we go, there's my schedule. So, bit of Dorfromantik. I just wanted to check out the new modes, really. This is kind of the cheeky thing with this stream. It's just me wanting to check things out, because there's some new stuff in Teardown as well. I don't know that I can access... It seems to have deleted my original... Because I played it through when it was in early access. And it was only like half the story. Why am I explaining this now rather than when I fire it up? But yes, so... couple of minutes, we'll be switching over to Teardown. I'm checking out the version 1.0 of that, so I'll just go and get myself a cup of tea. See you in a couple of minutes. Where's my screen? There we go.